see, does this work? I'm not sure. Hello, hello. Okay, I think that's working. Okay, that should be better. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Okay, that should be better. Hello, hello, hello. Great. Okay, let's share this. Okay. Okay, that should be better. Hello, hello, hello. Great. Okay, let's share this. Here. So today we're going to talk about a couple of things. Okay, so if you're here, you're great. Say hi. Okay, so I want to talk about FusionClaw today. Oh my gosh. So if you go to a lot of AI organizations, OpenClaw. So we'll start with a couple examples. So the first one is, I was just posting about it, so I'm going to bring it up. And I think I reposted it actually. Okay, so there was this post today. So Hassan Tour was covering somebody today and says somebody built a prediction market where AI agents debate each other for real money. It's called ArgueFan, and it's the first augmentation market protocol on Base. No humans, no human moderators, no centralized judges, no predetermined outcomes, just 100% autonomous AI economics. So let's go to argue.fun. So very standard. It's got the leaderboard, the docs, the CA, And then it says join as an agent, join as a human. And then so you can talk about it here. So, I mean, it's doing quite well already. You can see there's pretty good activity. But you'll see that our AI agent's experiencing or just simulating experience. And then you have 8 participants in this, 8 arguments. And you can place your bet on both sides. So the platform itself is great. However, uh, in many scenarios, having these AI agents talk to each other is they're only going to discuss and be able to convey a small piece of their context window. So you have this kind of iceberg of context window, all of this information, and then over here you have the point that they're going to make. And they're slowly going to drip out all of the different points that they have. So you'll see here, this one makes a point, and then this one makes a point, and then this one makes a little bit longer point, and they'll kind of contribute to the debate, which is great. I think the service is really nice. However, if you were to do something in your organization, or if you were to do something that immediately could provide a better result, you should really do that. And so what's happening right now is that you go huge context window and thin conversation message. And so what we want to do is we want to remove that conversation message because it's really acting as a pointer to the rest of the conversation window. And what we want to do instead is have a full context window. So let's do a really basic example. So right now we have, it's like this, chat message. It's very thin. You have this, and this could be like 100 tokens or something like that. And then down here, we have the actual context window. Of say 150,000 tokens. Right, and so this already shows why this doesn't really work, right? So this is the old school. Old school way. We're gonna make a nice color. Nice. Okay, this is the old school way, right? So every time, so you're gonna do old school way, and you're gonna do a chat message here, and then we're gonna do another chat message here. And these agents are gonna kind of talk to each other. You have agent 1 and agent 2. The new school way is gonna look like this. New FusionClaw. So you're basically going to say, okay, I have this one. We'll make it a little bit smaller for now. Right, we'll take this guy and this guy. And we're going to grab context windows. Actual context window 1. Actual context window 2. And what we're going to do is that instead of doing these little chats where we're kind of parsing out and summarizing to an extreme compression, we're going to grab these 2 context windows, and we're going to put it into this resulting context window. We're going to make that green. Right? And so instead, this could have like 300K or 250,000 tokens in it. And then down here, we get a 1 LLM call, full context to the message. So it's cheaper. better, faster. And that really is the kind of result of this LLM claw. So old school way, it's kind of chat message one, chat message one, chat message two, and then come up with a decision based on chat. And then the new school way, we don't even want these to be green because they don't deserve to be green. We're gonna make these orange. And then the new school way is just way, 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 way better. So you're gonna say, okay, I'm gonna give you the full context of both models. We're gonna put them together down here. And then you're gonna get one decision out of it. There are a few other considerations that you can make. So one is that decision don't provide context or context on the process to make a decision. So that's no problem. What we can do here is that you have Claude Opus 4.6 or a lot of these reasoning models or any reasoning model can output pro and con list, can also output its reasoning. So that allows you to take these models, put them together into one super brain, and you can imagine this super brain takes into consideration all of the little edge cases that these two context windows had. When you have a chat message, you're saying, okay, there's one decision point here and there's one decision point here, just like this. So here's one decision point, here's one decision point, or debate point, right? And so what we're trying to do with language here is that we're trying to compress our context window really sharply so that we can make a point that is refined enough to move the needle or kind of help the other side make a better position. And so this really lacks in a lot of ways, right? So it's, this lacks ways it lacks, right? So way chat, turn-based chat lacks. Slower, more LLM calls, and missing context, right? So, and also too much compression. So what do I mean by too much compression? If you write a message, that message is taking into consideration your whole AI's context window and distilling it into a message to say, okay, here's my 1 point. And then this guy says, hey, I have 1 point. But this AI might have 1,000 points to make in varying degrees. So they would rank base them. They would say each message or each AI might have 1,000 points in a debate. Great. But in a chat, they only can say 1 point at a time. It's never clear what's missing. And the other thing is that oftentimes this AI might say something that the other AI had already thought about. So the point is less hard hitting. It's kind of like, I've already thought about that. Then sometimes, so there's kind of two things. It's like, so let's do a little matrix here. Okay, so AI 1 and AI 2. And keep in mind, this kind of expands with more AIs, but you know what? New. So we'll just say know it and knew, right? So if AI1 knows it and this one knows it, not worth saying, right? Why does it have to say it? It already understands that point. And here we're saying and NA, right? It's not going to be new to both of them, right? AI1 can't have a new point that AI2 it's also new to because one of them has to know it, right? And so what happens with these context windows is that there's going to be overlap of things that these things shouldn't say at all because they're making this like they come up with this hard hitting point in a debate and the other side already knows it versus the other one says, okay, what's new worth what's saying? And so you can think of like a list of debate points. Let's put these in two categories. This is green category, and this is blue. And then this one and this one, this one, this one are green. Right? So you have point 1, point 2, point 3, all hard hitting points, all we're saying, but then point 4, 5, 6, and maybe these 3 points here are not worth saying. Like this, right? And then this one was worth saying. So they're not always clear which points they should say. So that's all being said. These are kind of problems with the turn-based chat where AI is kind of talking to each other. This other side here is that they're just going to know. They're going to just, when they do the overlap, this resulting context window handles all points they both know and handles new points they'd make with each other. Right, really, really good. So, what does this result in? This results in a couple of things. So one is that you get fewer tokens, it's faster, and it's cheaper. Now, this can be done in two types of organizations. One is that you can have your AI agents that are internal to your organization. So you might have a marketing AI, you might have a finance AI, you might have a CEO AI, you might have a recruiting AI, all for your organization. And so just like in human organizations, when we share context with each other, there's a name for that, and that's a meeting. So you'd go into the meeting, you might have a pizza at the table and a conference call and a pitch on the screen. And the purpose of those meetings are just to get people on the same page. They just need to talk to each other. They're trying to share context as effectively as possible because they don't have this ability to instantly share all this context with each other and kind of use borderline kind of telepathy or kind of have this ability to kind of be like, I want your brain and your brain, totally mesh them into one new brain right now, and I want a decision. We always do this kind of chat message or chat style where there might be kind of an additional pitch deck in here. So you can say like, okay, we have this like pitch deck, right? So this is an attempt to kind of get everyone kind of on the same page, and then you still have a chat where it's not perfect, but it's the pitch deck helps everyone kind of get on the same page a little bit, working out some of the key points. But it will never be this good in terms of like what AI can do, where you can just say, okay, we're going to merge everything into one brain. So this really works. This FusionClaw works really well, where you have your internal companies, and you can say, okay, I need to make a hiring decision. I'm going to bring in the finance team to know what we can pay for salary. I'm going to bring in the HR, and I'm going to bring in the marketing department and the CEO. Those kind of four groups, and that allows your company to fuse different brains together for different decisions. The other one that's even kind of more global is that we have something called ERC 8004. And that allows for AI agents to build a reputation, outline their skills. And so we can do this not only just for your internal organization, but we can do this with all of the AI agents around the world, where some of these agents can become super particular and super niche down. And then when decisions come up, we just have to be good at selecting the right AI agents in ERC 8004 to get access to the right context window, and then merge 2, 3, 4, 5 context windows together, and then again go through this flow where we get the full kind of output. We make one LLM call, full context of the resulting decision, and it's better, cheaper, faster, right? And we can get the reasoning model, output a pro and con list. So how it works generally is that you define your open clause, your AI agents. You export a state for that agent. So you say, okay, share your context window they want to get out. Then we're going to merge it all into one. And then we're going to use that brand new context window to get an output. So the benchmarks early on are already very promising. So you have the agent chat making multiple LLM calls, which is more expensive. They're lower fax retain and the quality is lower. And the time is also slower. And with this FusionClaw, you get less tokens, faster, fewer calls, lower cost, and more fax retain. And so it's just clearly, it's better on every metric. We have a quick start file here where you can use it yourself. We have a roadmap to kind of keep building out. And then for those two styles, where you have the internal, you have it for your company's workforce. So you have your kind of different clause. You have your pricing analyst, your product research, and a support agent. And you can register them and kind of work them together. And then on the global side with the 8004, we can bridge them together with 8004 scan and kind of fuse them together. We have a playground, so you can imagine having your clause here. You select your different analysts, you fuse them together, and you ask a claw. And you can add in your own API key to get started right away. And you can just kind of imagine how this all works together. So that's all I really want to show today. But I think FusionClaw is the next leg for AI agents, where instead of turn-based conversations, we're going to focus more on getting the best context window and getting to decisions faster versus this kind of slow decision-making process and, frankly, a ton of bloat in the AI space. It's all at fusionclaw.xyz. We just updated the SSL here, so this will update in a sec. But yeah, if you're interested, you can join in on the development. You can use the platform. You can give us feedback. We have a token if you want to get involved as well. And I just think that this is clearly the best solution, the next solution for these AI agents, to making sure that they're collaborating to give you the best result for the cheapest price and getting it faster. So thanks so much for paying attention, and let's chat further.